It's July the 13th 2016, and I just wanted to show you and give you an update on our blackgrass control strategies. I'm in a field of wheat, first wheat after rape. It was drilled last autumn, not too early, around October the 23rd, and the variety is Reflection. And when you look here, these are the areas that we had blackgrass in, and in my view they were too thick to rogue. And you can see here we have a zero tolerance policy to blackgrass, and you can see here this is the cut-off point where we use glyphosate in the crop, and we hand rogued the rest of the field. And obviously these areas were the areas that I thought were too thick to pull. And I know from experience you don't need a huge area of blackgrass or a big number per square metre to make it unviable to pull. And of course the other trouble is, if you have a big area or a lot of plants per square metre and you try and pull them, you end up trampling them in the ground, and you look round and you can't see them above the crop, but you've actually trodden them in. So in my view it's much better to glyphosate the crop off, and this was done around the beginning of June. And so we glyphosate it off and then hand rogue the rest. And you can see here there isn't any blackgrass showing, and if there is we'll pull them again. But at the minute we've got these areas. You can see here just little areas here we've glyphosated out, and any areas that we've left have been hand rogued. So hopefully now walking through here we shouldn't see any blackgrass, and so this is what we call our zero tolerance approach. We've been on this now 3 years, and there's no doubt about it, minimising or cutting out seed return to the soil is a huge step towards tackling blackgrass and trying to get on top of it. I won't say we've got on top of it, because I think blackgrass will change its growth habit and come back to bite us. So we're using spring cropping, we're using, here's a blackgrass plant now, I can see, here we are, look, you can see there. So pull that one, and this is what I mean by zero tolerance. Single plant like that, we have to remove it, so it's here. And so yeah, we're using spring cropping as a means as well, spring barley especially, but we've come unstuck this year because our spring barley looked very well, but we've had a lot of rain with wind a couple of weeks ago, week ago, and a lot of the barley has gone flat. But it is a very good crop for competition, so we're going to stick with spring barley on the worst blackgrass fields and to fulfill the contracts we have next year. But we are going to start introducing spring wheat after what I saw at Agrivista's site yesterday at Lamport in Northamptonshire. And there is definitely also a difference between some spring wheat varieties for crop competition, the same as there is winter wheat varieties. And so we're going to try that to relieve the combine pressure and hopefully help us, because combining flat spring barley, as anybody will know, is not going to be an easy task. And we're going to have to put some glyphosate on it, I think, because there is some regrowth in the bottom. So you can see here, going through these areas again, the blackgrass here is very minimal. I've pulled one plant, I haven't seen any others yet, but just to show you here, this is the sort of thing that we've got and the sort of thing we're doing for our blackgrass control. And I know from experience doing this and being really strict on this is helping. We've been doing this now 4 years, and 4 years ago we actually removed 190 acres of crop in June and had zero return on that crop after spending all the year trying to grow it. That's gradually whittled down every year, so now this year this is all we've got that's sprayed off. And in this field here, it's a 18 hectare field, and we have altogether 1.2 hectares of crop that has been removed. So in my view, a very worthwhile thing to do, and it just shows if you really tackle it hard, you can start to make a difference, because blackgrass is such a problem, and in our worst fields, and I think more people need to do this, in our worst fields we have actually stopped growing winter wheat, and we will not grow winter wheat in some of those fields for probably the next 5, 7, 10 years until we're really sure that we are getting on top of it. And I can't see the point in continually drilling wheat in September when you've got a blackgrass problem, hoping that next spring, next May, you won't have any blackgrass, because we all know what will happen, it'll be plastered. And so, just as an insight here, this is what we're doing, and so hopefully we'll keep on top of this and we'll keep working hard at this, because it is a job that you never ever have to take your finger off the pulse, and it brings all your knowledge, and it brings everything to do with blackgrass control, and it brings your time involved looking at the crop and growing the crop into an absolutely new level. And this is one area that takes up a lot of time now, and everything we do with blackgrass, we are continually thinking with the crop, with variety choice, with cultivations, cover crops, everything is what impact is it going to have on growing the crop, and on what impact is it having on blackgrass. So it's one area that we're continually striving to make a difference, and attention to detail is something that we've always tried to achieve, and a lot of farmers try to achieve that and do that, but blackgrass, in my view, and controlling blackgrass or trying to deal with it, just brings that attention to detail to a new level that is very difficult to sustain probably long term, but we have to do it.